Week 9 kicked off last night. The Indianapolis Colts, having been swept by the Tennessee Titans already, 8 weeks in, swept by the team that's on top of the division at 6-2. They're 3-5. You can do the math. That's 3.5 games. 3 games in the standings, and then, of course, that extra half game being the tie break that the Titans have. So the Colts have to be one better than Tennessee in order to win the division. And then, of course, there's the fact of if you think the division is gone, you want to try and get in as a wild card, and who's sniffing it and who isn't, and who's in the position of a wild card spot and who isn't. 3-6 ain't going to cut it. Not going to cut it. And you can't lose 2 games in a row after you've been performing very well at home. Can't lose a division game at home, and then a short week game against a Jets team that is starting a backup quarterback. And yes, the backup quarterback did very well against the Cincinnati Bengals, but these are games that you should win. And then you got the New York Jets. My team, near and dear to my heart. And Zach Wilson, apple of the Big Apple's Jets fans' eye, out. Knocked out of the boat race 50-burger loss in New England. And then Mike White, who had never started a game before, steps in against the, at the time, top-seeded Cincinnati Bengals and beats them with a 400-yard performance that puts him into a very rare club that only Cam Newton was in, 400 yards passing in first career start. And game starts. And Jets don't do very much on their first offensive possession. Colts' first offensive possession marched down the field right down to the just across the plus side of the field. And Nyheim Hines runs into the end zone virtually untouched. And it's 7-0. And you're like, okay, this is the way this one's going to go. And then Mike White steps up.
Oh, man.
Starts slinging it around.
Oh, he was great.
Mike White
slinging it,
matriculating the ball down the field. Mike White throws a touchdown pass, and it's Elijah Moore, kid from Ole Miss, who Jets got on the second night of the draft just for Zach Wilson. Okay? And is very talented and has a huge upside. And maybe that upside is showing for Mike White. And I'm sitting there thinking what you guys are thinking, like or what I was telling you guys, what I was thinking. I don't care. I'm sick and tired of getting my brains beaten in. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of a 50-burger loss to the Patriots and getting swept by them while their rookie quarterback looks like Tom Brady. I'm sick and tired of all the jokes and the butts of jokes and the fact that, oh, Mike White could be the guy instead of Zach Wilson. And my point was, let him show Zach Wilson what it's like. Zach was there. Because Mike White was telling you he was getting texts from Zach Wilson during the game against the Bengals, and his phone was filled up from attaboy texts from Zach Wilson, which is what you want to see from a team leader and from a friend and from a colleague and from a teammate.
Keep your enemies close.
And
right,
so on that Thursday Night Football, here he comes out there, and I don't care. This is a nice thing. I'm like seeing the nice thing.
He looked great.
And then all of a sudden, he's doing this thing with touchdown. He's doing like the sort of pew, 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 the guns and all the guns out. And I'm like, this is great. And then all of a sudden, what's he doing shaking his hand on the sideline?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is he being surrounded by men in tweed jackets? You don't want to be around tweed jacketed guys.
No.
The Cowboys, you don't want to be around that guy in a cowboy hat because that means that's a team doctor.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around him. What's he doing around that guy? Did he hurt himself doing the guns thing or whatever? And Fox got all the body language down. You could read his lips that he hit his forearm on a defender, and the pain shot down to his elbow and shot back, and he couldn't feel it.
Couldn't feel the ball. Couldn't grip.
And he couldn't grip the football.
Yeah.
And so he ties the game. He's looking great. It's possible that Mike White's going to just show up on a Thursday night. As I said, for the Jets, I could show up here on Friday and say, this is a high-class problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
High-class problems.
Not a bad one.
Words that aren't associated with the Jets. Because the other words are Same old Jets. And this isn't anything done by the coach or the general manager or the owner. It's the football gods who keep hitting the Jets in D's nuts. The Jets apparently still are not allowed to have nice things. Mike White on Thursday Night Football against the Colts team that just lost in overtime 4 days before. They might be a little bit gassed. This guy throws for a touchdown, done, because he can't feel his friggin' arm. And he can't grip the ball. And out comes Josh Johnson, who has played for, I checked it out, a record 1 billion football teams in leagues you've never heard of, too. Yep. The ultimate journeyman. And, man, did he ball out, too. But it took a while to find his sea legs. And in the time of it taking a while for him to find his sea legs, game got out of hand. And the Jets turned into, once again, a get-right game for the opponent. A get-right game for the opponent. Running all over the place. They had damn near 300 yards of rushing, the Colts. I saw a stat. It was almost 220 yards of rushing without being touched. Unacceptable. Doesn't help either that the Jets' best defensive player on the back end, Marcus May, looks to have a season-ending Achilles injury as well. Again, Jets and the Jets fans are still not allowed to have nice things. It's hard to not feel that way. It's just like, come on, man. Come on. But the positive is that Josh Johnson has shown to Zach Wilson. That's now 2 quarterbacks that have shown the young kid who's standing there, this is how it's done. It can be done. They do have nice things. Elijah Moore's a nice thing. Michael Carter's nice. There are some nice things. Vera Tucker, their offensive lineman, he's a nice thing. They do have some nice things. It's just tough to see amongst all the nut kicking from the football gods. It's tough to feel that way. And so the offense looks like it can work, huh?
It does. When it's run the way that Salah wants it.
Exactly. And I'm not going to sit here and think Zach Wilson can't do it. He's just not doing it as much. And maybe this respite, he's going to come back and practice. Of course, Mike White got feeling back in his arm in the fourth quarter. Of course, the football gods were like, we're just going to have you not have the feeling in your arm for the bulk of the game. And Josh Johnson, good for him, man. Getting in on a Thursday night, whole country watching, back door wide open. Sorry, Chris.
I know. So close.
He couldn't walk through that back door for
you.
Couldn't walk through that back door for you.
Mike White would have done it.
Well, that's part of the reason why I'm happy the back door shut on you, because you don't deserve it. And neither do you, cowboy man.
What are we to do with this?
What do we do?
Oh, Josh Johnson now shows you that Zach Wilson's a terrible pick. And let's now knee-jerk reaction. You know what? This whole knee-jerk reaction that just because Mike White's done it and Josh Johnson does it, that Zach Wilson will never do it. That knee-jerk put you two are the jerks in the knee-jerk. Because that does not mean this. That's the overreaction Friday. If we had overreaction Friday, Josh Johnson on top of Mike White shows you Zach Wilson will never do it as a New York Jet. Guess what?
I didn't want to say it.
He could do it better than the other two of them because he's supremely talented, and he's just got to get out of the mentality. You're not in Utah anymore, bro.
Not every play needs
You're
to be a
not
home
in
run.
BYU anymore. You can't make everything as an 80-yard touchdown pass every single time. You've got a beautiful, pretty face. Let's keep it that way. Just dunk it down. Get the passes out. Find these guys because they're open. So that's good news. So I'm just going to say this, just to wrap this up. I want to directly use this platform for good. I want to take this microphone and look directly into camera, radio audience, and ask the football gods directly. What do you need? What do you need? What can we in Jets fandom give you? What more do you want from us? Speaking on behalf of the male audience, we're out of nuts to give. We're out. You've kicked them all in. Okay? What are you going to do? For what more do you need? Do you need some sort of sacrifice? Do we need that? Is that what we need? Do we need some form of? And Robert Sala's a proud man, and Joe Douglas, who I've never met or interviewed, I'm sure I've heard nothing but good things about him. What do you need? What can we do? Because it's just nonstop. And I know Lions fans will say, hold our beer and all that stuff. That's fine. This is a me thing right now. Because it's insane. Insane. Mekhi Becton goes down right away. Oh, is that really the headline of the Daily News? Is that really the headline of the Daily News? This is why Jets can't have nice things. I'm with you. The headline right of the Daily News. I'm with you. I didn't even know that. I tweeted this out last night. As soon as White couldn't feel anything in his arms, I'm like, apparently they're still not allowed to have nice things. And if in any way, shape, or form that got clanked around and wound up for the New York Daily News, I'll take credit for it. What the hell? Wow. Can't believe that's it. That's one thing. What can we do? What do you want from us? Should we have some sort of I don't know. Maybe we should look at some Ted Lasso episode, whatever they did to get rid of whatever was going on in their locker room. That was an episode like that. We have to burn something. Yeah. Jets should all get together and burn something because I know these guys, like I said, they're proud men. And we've got this. Men in the locker room will handle it. No, you don't. You just got here, Robert. You just got here. Let me tell you the way things are working around here. I'm a shell of a man. A shell of a man. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. So Zach's coming back from practice, and if Mike White and Josh Johnson can sit him down and show him what's what. Now, obviously, if he struggles, if he continues to struggle, then we'll have a conversation. I'm not willing to at all even reproach the area code or even the universe of this kid can't do it. Rookie struggles, they happen.
Having 3 quarterbacks isn't a bad thing either.
All right, stop it.
It's the magic number. Yes, it is.
Dude, this guy,
Look, I'm trying to put a positive button on it for you, Rich.
This guy, that guy.
6-1.
Over there. Honestly.
26 years
honestly. Was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on the air the last time the Cowboys won?
Yeah, definitely.
Made a championship game in their conference.
Let's see, number one.
Let's go. Do me a favor. Will you do me this favor, Chris? Because I'm going to have to take a break to interview Michael C. Hall of Dexter fame.
Yeah.
Can you look up what was the best picture, all those pop culture references and milestones of the last time this guy and his team did anything?
What's it matter, though? This isn't about us. This is about you and your team. We got nothing to do with this.
Because my team and my quarterbacks are in your mouth. And all of a sudden, a 6-1 start has gotten you all sorts of, to use the phrase, fresh legs.
No, it doesn't.
And yet you're Lieutenant Dan with your fresh legs.
All I do is come in here.
You've got nothing to stand on.
I say 4 words every Monday. That's it. I don't gloat. I want you to be happy. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that.
I'm turning into Stephen A. He's turning me into Stephen A. Smith.
I don't gloat.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.